It started now. My camera doesn't always start recording just when I click record, so I was just checking to see how long it was going to take to start. My mum and dad are currently out, so I thought I would take the opportunity to just sit and make some kind of video. Unfortunately, I've not got anything planned, but I saw the Reborn tag that South Willow's Reborns had put up. And so I thought, even though I've not been nominated for it, tisk tisk, I would give it a go. And as you can see, I thought I'd give you a different view of my room today. This is the door. Okay, so the first question is, what is your favourite clothes brand for babies? This actually isn't an easy one. Personally, if I could just pick whatever I wanted, definitely for the little girls it would be Next. Definitely, there's no question there, because all of Next stuff is so bright and girly and pretty and delicate and all of that sort of stuff, so it would definitely be there. But I have two issues with that. One, it is really, really hard to find the right sizing for Next. I actually the other day put out a onesie, I'm speaking American now. I put out a long sleeved vest that was a newborn size for Next, and it was exactly the same size as a 3 to 6 from another brand. So it's not very easy to guess. And obviously, a lot of the time I don't really like taking clothes back to shops, because people kind of look at you strange when they're like, oh yeah, I need a smaller size. They kind of think, but surely your baby will grow into this next size? No? Okay. So you get a lot of that. I try and avoid that. But yeah, like I said, I don't have the money to buy clothes from Next very often. It's really quite expensive for my budget, which generally stretches to about £6 at the most. So, other than that, I buy a lot of clothes from Primark and Tesco occasionally, like the George and Cherokee brands from Tesco and Asda's when they're on sale and things. And I buy a lot of clothes at charity shops as well, so I don't really have much in the way of specific brands. Second question, do you prefer bottles or pacifiers? Dummies, as we call them. Definitely dummies. I've got quite a few bottles, but I don't really see the big excitement about them. They're just kind of all roughly the same. I do think there are some lovely ones out there, and I would really, really love some of the event coloured ones, or the printed ones, like the Little Princess, which is really cute. And yeah, that kind of thing. But I don't really use my bottles much, and I find them quite a nightmare to seal. The last 3 bottles that I've sealed, the seal's broken within a few days, which is a pain in the backside and means I've got to try and reseal them and sometimes refill them because they've lost like a lot of their content and things. But yeah, I do definitely. I never used to be much of a person for dummies, because personally for a real baby I'm not a big fan of them, but as my mum always says, you can take a dummy away, you can't take a thumb away. So they've got their pros and cons, I think. But I must admit, hands up admitting, when it comes to my babies, I'm a bit of an addict. I've since I last counted, I've now got up to 16 in my collection of dummies, and I am desperate for more of them. I don't know, I love all the different patterns things you get, and I love the feel of them in your hands. They're just amazing when you can just pick up handfuls of them. They're great. I think my favourite brand of dummies is Avents, mainly because they're the ones that fit in my big girl Ellie's mouth, and that's good. So she can actually fit with her, which is not easy to find. I normally have to modify all of hers because she's got a little smiley face. The third question is my preferred gender. See, when it comes to clothes, I prefer girls because I love the different types of clothes you can get for little girls, and you get lots of pretty things, and you get fairies and princesses and that kind of stuff. Whereas little boys, you kind of find you get a lot of football and sports, and I'm not a sporty person at all. I actually don't know what I would do if I had a little boy who was into football. I'd probably cry. So I prefer little girls for that reason, but I've got my one little boy and I adore him. Cohen is awesome and he's so cute and cuddly, and he wasn't even, originally he was a little girl, and then I dressed him up. He was in a school play as a baby and he was dressed as a boy for that, and I realised actually I prefer you as a little boy. He's got the face for a boy. So he became a boy, and I love him as a boy much more than I did when he was a little girl. Although I'm kind of not sure about reusing his name, because he was Juliet before, and then became Cohen. Yeah, that's all the questions. So I would try and think, who can I nominate to do it. I want to try and, because I feel that a lot of the time it's the main people that get asked to do these things that get nominated for them. So I'm going to try and nominate some people that I don't see many people mentioning. So I can't remember. I think it's 22, but I can't remember. So is it Pop's Baby's 22? I'm not sure if that's the right number at the end, but I'll check, and I'll put it in the description. And Valerie Still. I've never seen any of your ones of these. I think, yeah, that would be great to see. And Little X Loves as well. I'd love to see your one if you have time to make one. So, bye guys. I will speak to you all later. And thanks for watching.